Yeah, I've luckily got it on my phone, so I've been watching it, happily. Playing the NFL Rocket League this time as well. Yeah, I'm wearing my Lakers t-shirt. They're leading out. Honestly, I'm hoping for the LA Rams tonight.
By the Cincinnati Bengals. Jeff, that was a slow, deliberate saunter. They are taking it to the field now. Here they come then, the AFC champion, Cincinnati Bengals. 13 wins and 7
that's going to be pretty mad.
They didn't have a playoff win in 31 years coming into this postseason tournament. They've got 3 of them this month. To reach the Super Bowl. It's incredible what they've been able to do. Let's go back to Matthew Stafford just quickly. Coach, you were in the same division as him for 3 years. You saw him up close and personal. Tell us about his skills.
I'm honestly hoping for LA Rams to win tonight, guys. I mean, if they do win, I'll be very, very happy. Obviously, I've been in here for I mean, to be honest, LA Rams have been in here 3 times, I think it's 3 times already. And that's a lot. I think I watched the last Super Bowl. I've tried to watch the last Super Bowl.
Find a way to get to Los Angeles and certainly joined a team that had those pieces and it's proven to be true with how far they've gone, and they're now 1 win away.
Guys, when they do score, they will be very, very happily for me. I'll be very happy.
The Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings, that's the kind of career
I don't know how long this will last.
Now, what really matters is those guys have are Super Bowls, and that's what Matthew's going for.
I don't know how long this will last. Depends how long the goes on for.
They are 11-0 on the season. Here are his numbers.
I know Lakers ain't Lakers basketball, but it's still.
Second in the NFL, that's a tied club record set by Kurt Warner in the 99 season when the Rams won the Super Bowl. He also jointly led the NFL.
Guys, it's a big night for the Rams.
Warren, he's a gunslinger,
so hopefully the Rams win.
Do you have to have a one and clear mentality? Is that what Matthew Stafford?
They're on the pitch, guys. They're just on the pitch.
Learned how to curtail that a little bit since he's been with the Rams. He's a little bit more radical with the football when he was with Detroit because it seemed like he was always having to come from behind. But he has a much better football team now with the Rams, so he doesn't have to take as many risks as he did when he was with the Detroit Lions. And he can play a much more football game. That's why you're seeing his numbers go up so much in the playoffs, where he hasn't turned the ball over one time and has 11 interceptions and 11 touchdowns history. And that's a show of maturity. That's a show that you're not just not a guy that's having to
That was an epic.
from behind all the time. And I think because of that, he's going to
That was an epic thing to go for. Really good size.
You picked him off early, you picked him off twice, and then he delivered a game-winning drive at the end, which he's got 44 of them in his career.
Yeah, I'll tell you, football, you want to be at your best, the best in the league.
That's good, that's good.
You know, it comes up in the fourth quarter, and overtime, it's play to play. So you're at the big game. So, I really feel like that's just toughness. How much of us carry, how he prepares, because of this game. It's never over until it's over. And that guy, man, I mean, I'm so upset about the game. I understand. So shit. I went over being a chance, but
Oh God.
He's been reborn, hasn't he, in LA? Matthew Stafford certainly looks like he's playing great.
He certainly has. I will say, as I'm standing here, I have a nice vantage point. I would guess that I don't have the official statistics here, but I believe it's about a 60-40 Bengals to Rams ratio. I know we're playing in LA, but it looks like Cincinnati has showed up. They are loud. Iggy Woods is on the field doing the Iggy shuffle. So the crowd might mess with Matthew Stafford playing in his own backyard here. As we know, Joe Burrow led the entire drive without his headset against the Titans in these playoffs.
Matthew Stafford said they had some sound issues when they played the 49ers short in week 18.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a long live tonight.
Let's think about it.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford's a warrior, okay? Look what he had to contend with for years, year in, year out, but he never gave up. He's the type of guy that, even when injured, he is going to ask people to help him get back to where the ball is in place to try to win a game. If you have someone like that leading your team, you want to
go.
And this is what they need today.
Let's go. Nice job, nice job, nice job.
Yeah, they put
Nice job, nice job.
We're going to get you out to SoFi Stadium. There is so much pageantry. We're going to start. Singing of America.
Please welcome six-time Grammy-nominated singer and LA's own singer-songwriter Jhené Aiko.
Got assist on that. Oh, we've got the national anthem, 1 minute. No? It's not even the national anthem. I've got the national anthem. Is it? I don't even know if this is the national anthem or not. Is this the national anthem? Last time I checked, I don't think this was the national anthem before. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to discriminate America. America, this is a good national anthem. I've never heard the national anthem before. I think it's the national anthem. I don't know. I'm actually happy I'm watching the Super Bowl tonight. Sunday Super Bowl. Oh! Shush. Shush, what have we got? Come on. Nope.
From the nation's capital and the military district of Washington.
Come on.
Today's colors are presented by the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard and drummers from the United States Army Band, Pershing Zone. To honor America and perform our national anthem, please welcome four-time Grammy-nominated country sensation with the voice of an angel, Mickey Guyton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets crackle out, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, still there. Saved us that star-spangled banner can wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Guys,
Fantastic
That was
scenes from
absolutely
SoFi Stadium,
beautiful.
hosting a Super Bowl for the first time. It's back in
well,
LA for the first time
Super Bowl.
since the end
Here we
of
go.
1990.
see both starting starts.
Let's go out to SoFi Stadium. Kate, how is the atmosphere there right now?
I have goosebumps. The crowd is incredible. It's the perfect stadium. I've never been to a Super Bowl on the West Coast. So many haven't. People have traveled from all over. The energy is an all-time high. We have the halftime show to look forward to.
Oh, I'm looking forward to halftime show.
Washington's emptiest bag of tricks on the field. He was in the Super Bowl not long ago up against Bill Belichick. I would like to see some of those trick plays that we saw earlier in the postseason play themselves out early in this one, Neil.
Calais, what do you like as a player in this moment? Are you like a caged lion, or is it useful to get used to the atmosphere? Because the players have been out on the field for a little while now.
Yeah, well, my one time in the Super Bowl, at this point in time, I couldn't feel my legs. Emotional wreck. Play just football. So that's, kind of calm your nerves a little bit, because it's a big moment.
Warren, both these quarterbacks are playing in the big game for the first time. We talked about different routes to this game. Coaches often say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But given their no experience on this stage, is the start to tonight's game important?
Yeah, I think it's important for both of these quarterbacks to get off to a good start, to try and get some passes that are, high percentage throws. They can just get into a rhythm and feel comfortable about their game going forward. And that's up to the play callers to make sure that happens early in the ball game. I think once they do that, get a couple of completions under their belt, they'll start to settle into what the game is all about and start to make those adjustments when they go back and forth to the sideline. So, yeah, the early part of any football game for any quarterback in any type of game is always very important.
Yeah, Kurt, we always hear about drive starters for quarterbacks. Are there Super Bowl drive starters, do you think? Plays that you know your guys are comfortable with? Is that what these coaches have to dial up early on?
I'll be fascinated as a quarterback watching the first 15 plays for both teams. These plays have been scripted. They've been thought through. They've been discussed not only with the offensive staff, but with the entire team probably as to how to start this game. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for one another. They've likely gone back and watched the entire season, not missed a snap. Someone like Sean McVay is going to leave no stone unturned in his preparation, especially after losing the previous Super Bowl he coached in and only scoring 3 points. He's going to make sure he is ready to go. There are no surprises. He's not going to get caught off guard. And I think we'll see very early how each team wants to attack the other, and that chess match is always fascinating to see.
Yeah, Sean McVay's not his legacy on the line, Jeff, but he did that Rams offense. They averaged 33 points a game in the regular season, 28 in the playoffs. Then they got 3 in that Super Bowl 3 years ago, which is the lowest ever in a Super Bowl. He's going to want to have a good night.
Well, all of these guys have been on championship stages, and they will tell you that you are remembered for what you do in games like this, right? In championship moments, whether it's as a player or as a coach.
Sean, for you, is it given Matthew Stafford's ability to come back? Both these teams actually came back from double digits. Yeah. Bengals were down 21-3, Rams trailed by 10, fourth quarter. Is it the end of the game, or how important is the start, or is it all kind of trying to work out how important bits of it are? You know?
Oh, well, like in any playoff game, you got to avoid penalties, missed tackles, middle errors. These things will come back to haunt you. So you can't commit those at all. But, when you talk about plays that are scripted with an offense, they're going to come out, they're going to hit some easy plays. You just have to be ready, rally to the bus, defense to make your tackle.
All right, let's get back down onto the field. There's beautiful Los Angeles. And we're going to get some random pictures there. So we will get you out there in just a second, because we're going to have the coin toss there. There's a Super Bowl curveball being thrown at us there. It is, yeah. I'm not sure what the relevance is. I will try to work it out. But before that, we'll go back to the coin toss because we'll see who gets the ball first, who defers to the second half. If you're a Bengals or a Rams fan, and you lose the toss, do not worry, because the team who wins the coin toss has lost the last 7 Super Bowls. So, Kirk, just quickly on, turnovers are going to be always a big factor in any game, but I guess we should look tonight, because these two quarterbacks have 31 interceptions regular season. It's the most in a Super Bowl in the last 20 years. The team that wins the turnover battle are 38-5.
I'll probably be streaming the World Cup.
Neil, you alluded to it earlier. Matthew Stafford, it has not been talked about throughout these playoffs, and as well as he's played all season, he led the NFL in interceptions. And they would not be in this game if the free safety for the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game doesn't drop a pop fly thrown right to his chest. And so turnovers will be a big issue. But one thing I want to see is, does Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow, for that matter, because he wasn't far behind Matthew Stafford in interceptions this year, do either of these guys have turnover issues in this game? They've been aggressive all season. We saw the production Joe's had on third down. We saw how Matthew Stafford threw for over 40 touchdowns. So the aggressiveness is going to be there. It's going to be fun to watch. They're going to take chances. But the turnovers have been an issue throughout the season, and both teams' defenses at times have had to make up for that. It's a team game, and you feed off one another. But I am interested to see if one of these quarterbacks, if the turnover bug bites them, it could be crucial in the outcome of this football game.
All right, let's go to the coin toss. And it all makes sense. Billie Jean King, there she is. He's going to do the coin toss inside SoFi Stadium.
Let's go.
Symbol of freedom from here in Long Beach, California, Billie Jean King. And now, referee Ronald Torbert.
That's the important part of the game, the coin toss.
Good afternoon, captains. Welcome to Super Bowl 56. Congratulations to both you and your teams on your 5 seasons. Here's the coin we're going to use for today's game. Super Bowl 56 logo is as the AFC and NFC Championship team logo.
We've got this loud and then a Super Bowl ring, I swear down. Having a Super Bowl ring would mean a lot. That would be crazy. LA Rams are going to be taking it for first half. Second half is
In Cincinnati, hope is spelled J.
dun 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 dun. Super Bowl 56, guys. About to start.
So the Bengals win the toss. They defer to the second half. Matthew Stafford and the
Oh no, it's not.
first.
Oh no, it's not.
Always want to win the
Bagels
toss and have that choice.
Bagels are big. I don't really know, guys. So I'm not so sorry.
In his hands first in a big game.
They're going to be taking their first start.
I'm not sure if Warren can hear me there. Was that for me?
I'll go to you on that one. Is Matthew Stafford glad he's got that football in his hands first, secretly, although his team wants to win the toss?
I think that the best part for Matthew is the ability to get the butterflies out. I always feel like getting the ball first and getting that first drive under your belt helps for waiting around on the sideline the next time. Many times when we don't get the ball first, I'm sitting there on the sidelines and antsy and wanting to get the ball. So it's great to get that first completion, get that first snap count, go through the paces, and know that this is just another football game that he's done hundreds, if not thousands of times.
All right, let's just show you how closely these teams are matched. If you want to wonder if this is going to be a close Super Bowl, the numbers are incredible because they've been very, very similar. Here they come, the numbers. So they're both fourth seeds in the playoffs. They both scored 460 points in the regular season. They've both gone 8-4 in their last 12 games. A 3-point differential in the divisional round, a 3-point differential in the conference championships. Okay, those numbers are incredible, and they whet the appetite for what could be a very close game.
I hope it certainly is. You look at some of the advantages. Obviously, the Rams are a more complete team, more superstars. But if I look at the kicking advantage, I would give that to the Bengals and having McPherson over Matt Gay, who's been a little more erratic at his position. The run game, I like Joe Mixon a little bit more than what they're rolling out with Cam Akers and company. Is what's really been a backfield by committee. I have some questions there. But more importantly, these Super Bowl games sometimes come back to that X factor, that one guy who's going to step up and make that play. I've got my eyes on Tyler Boyd. If you have Jalen Ramsey erasing Jamar Chase and doing what he can, you can obviously double a guy like T. Higgins. It's Tyler Boyd that might have to really come to play today.
All right, yeah, he's been quite quiet in the playoffs. 10 catches, 62 yards, a touchdown. Let's see if that happens tonight. Thank you, Kay. Warren, what's your prediction? How's this game going to play out?
You know, you look at the game on paper and you think the Rams are the better football team. They have a lot of stars, but this Cincinnati Bengals team, they just don't go away in football games, and they have a tremendous amount of confidence that they can win any football game if they get behind. I see the Rams winning a very close football game, but I would not be surprised if Cincinnati's close to the fourth quarter if they pulled it out.
Last for you?
Yeah, I agree. Same thing. I think Cincinnati is very capable of winning this ball game, but I have to go with the Rams. I think it's a very close ball game. I think they'll win by 4.
What about you? Where is this game going to be won and lost? And, well, the all-important question, who's going to win it? Both teams are well coached. Both teams have shown a tremendous amount of resiliency to get to this point. But I do think ultimately the LA Rams are the more talented football team, and I think tonight the talent of the Rams will be the difference. And I think they win a close one. Right. Sean, Kay mentioned Tyler Boyd. Give me another potential match winner for this game tonight. Who do you think?
You know what? I'm going to go with Eli Apple.
Okay.
He's going to face Odell Beckham. They were teammates in New York. They know each other well. I'm going to say that there's going to be a play made that's going to make the difference.
He asked Anarumo to put him on.
Yeah.
Now, you be careful what you
wish for. What about you?
To me, the biggest one, the stat that wasn't in there, 30th in the league in protecting the quarterback, the Bengals, 8th in the league protecting the quarterback, the Rams. And these guys will tell you, sacks cost you drives, and drives, no drives, no touchdowns.
It's just a fascinating, Kirk. All the storylines. You've got Eric Weddle, who was 2 years out of football, Andrew Whitworth at the age of 40. This is what a Super Bowl does. It serves up so many storylines, and we'll be looking out for all of them tonight. There's tremendous matchups. There's tremendous storylines. You never know if you're going to get another chance to be in a game like this. And so it hurts all the more if you don't win. But so many players, if they are on the winning side, it just creates an incredible story for the rest of their lives and really becomes the biggest football game they'll ever play. All right. Kirk, thanks for joining us again on Sky Sports NFL. Always great to have you with us. And Kay, thank you. And they're going to trade over. We're going to swap. Kay's going to hand over to Brian Baldinger.
The Rams is doing his thing. Baldy's going to do his thing next.
I loved it.
Right.
Enjoy.
And Calais and Warren are going to stay with us. We are going to get you out then to SoFi Stadium for this biggest of all ball games. We're about to join the commentary team of Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. Enjoy. Don't say we didn't warn you. Brandon Powell, who joined the team in November, playing with his fifth team, back to receive. Evan McPherson, who's had a phenomenal rookie season and a great postseason. And finally, we are off and running. Super Bowl 56, starting with a touchback, and the Rams coming out to the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford, most of you know the narrative, 12 years in Detroit. 3 playoff appearances, 0-3. Now he's won 3 playoff games this year. The Rams traded 2 firsts, a third, and their quarterback Jared Goff. So they went all in. Nothing said that more than this trade. He was the centerpiece. That Bengal defensive front. That Bengal defense which looked so good in the second half 2 weeks ago in Kansas City. Push it. There's a lot of motion. They do here. Nice little hole there. Stop by Hubbard. Stop at the 30, gain of 5. So Stafford in postseason, 6 TDs and 1 interception, very good rating. You see the 2 rushing touchdowns, which is very odd. He had not scored a touchdown on the ground in 6 years, regular or post. It's his man. It's Akers. So a run to Akers and then a pass to Akers. Mike Hilton came blitzing in that time, and the game's first out.
Well, you're going to get your first blitz of the game coming in here off the edge, and that's going to be the question. We saw the Cincinnati Bengals defense get to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs by being really conservative in the second half, dropping 8 people back in coverage, just rushing 3.
Sean McVay, youngest coach in the league at 36, in the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 seasons. By G.D.
Dallas Cowboy had a great year. Stops him for no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Watch the inside linebacker here. Logan Wilson's going to shoot the gap in behind this thing and find that little gap. And the running back had no choice but bounce it out.
So quickly here. Stafford under pressure, gets sacked back at the 27-yard line. Trey Hendrickson, they picked him up in the offseason, free agent from the Saints, and he had a tremendous year with 14 sacks. It'll be 3rd and 19.
Watch the running back Cam Akers here, because Cam Akers is going to cut off Andrew Whitworth and allow Hendrickson a clear path to the quarterback. So those edge rushers for the Cincinnati Bengals, so much the key to this defense.
Darrell Henderson comes in the game at running back, makes his first postseason appearance. He got hurt toward the end of the year. Viking Stafford on 3rd and 19. They give it to him, and he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage by B.J. Hill, who had a big interception on Patrick Mahomes, leading to a tying TD. So meanwhile, the Bengals give up that 1 first down, and that it's a 4th down and 20.
Watch B.J. Hill. He's going to go around the backside of the center, Brian Allen there. So it has been some run-throughs and sort of backdoor plays by this Bengals defense on the first series that shut down this Rams offense.
Johnny Hecker, 10 years in the league, one of the best in the NFL over that time. Trent Taylor receives the kick. Line drive move. Taylor comes up and fields it on the run at the 35-yard line. And a nice run back out to the 44-yard line. Bengals take over at that spot.
That's now 17.5 sacks on the season for Trey Hendrickson. 14 in the regular season, 3.5 now in the playoffs. Let's hear from Brian Baldinger for the first time tonight then, SoFi Stadium. Baldy, it wasn't just Hendrickson there, though. It was a lot of Bengals defensive players who stood up early in this Super Bowl.
No question about it, Neil. And, you know, it starts with pressure. It always does. And their ability to apply pressure, whether it's B.J. Hill getting penetration in the run game or whether it's Trey Hendrickson winning on the outside the way he has really for the last 2 years in a row, averaging almost a sack a game. But that's a matchup that favors Cincinnati out there. He's going up against a 40-year-old tackle who's had troubles with some injuries here down the stretch. So if Matt Stafford has to hold the ball for any time, they're going to have to maybe start giving help early to Trey Hendrickson to keep him off of Matt Stafford.
Jeff, I thought it was notable that on 3rd and 17, Stafford didn't try and force anything. We're going to hand this off, and we're going to live to fight another day. There's a long way to go, a lot of football to be.
I guarantee you that one was not in the openers. He took that one away from the quarterback because with himself backed up, facing 3rd and long, the worst play is to throw it and get it picked down in there, punt it away, and play defense.
That we didn't see much from Cam Akers there, Sean, and that's obviously he's coming back from the torn Achilles at the end of July, so it was incredible he even got back. His numbers haven't been great in the playoffs. 48 yards in the divisional round, 48 in the conference championship. It's going to be important for the balance to be there, isn't it, for the Rams?
Absolutely. They rely on that. You know, even in 11 personnel, they're going to need somebody from time to time to break things open between the tackles. And, you know, and he's done that. He's done it. Coming back from that Achilles, the way he came back, he's been really good, but just lately. I think he'll get back on track and just take their time, hand the ball off when they really need to.
What do you want to see from this guy, Baldy? Joe Burrow about to take the field. What are we looking for early in this Super Bowl?
Well, it won't surprise me, since they are the underdogs, for them to take a deep shot early. Just to let the Rams know that we've got Jamar Chase, we got a receiving core too. We may not have the Offensive Player of the Year, but we've got the Offensive Rookie of the Year. It wouldn't surprise me to see him take a deep shot early, just to let the Rams know we're here to be aggressive.
Joe Burrow is certainly not afraid to be aggressive. He's won his last 6 starts. He's had 13 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions during that streak. Let's see the Bengals' first drive in LA.
Temperature outside in the low 80s, probably in the high 70s on the field. Zach Taylor, he's the 2nd youngest coach in the league, so youth must be served with these 2 guys on the sidelines. He was an assistant under McVay, and then got the Cincinnati job his 3rd year. Joe Burrow starts with an empty backfield. They go 5 wide on this year has been Chase and Higgins. No ordinary Joe is he as you look at the numbers through postseason here. Got sacked 12 times in the 3 games, 9 of them against Tennessee, but they won the game. Only 3 times combined in the other 2 games. Taylor calls in the plays, made his chops as the quarterback's coach under McVay. Run it up the middle, they're going to be stopped a little bit short here. Joe Mixon comes up about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Always a debate with the Cincinnati Bengals is, do you just let Joe Burrow and these wide receivers take over the game? Do you try and establish a run game, which has been okay, but certainly not what the passing game was. They hit the first down pass, allows them to run on 2nd down, but now how much faith do you have in that offensive line, even in 3rd and short?
They're an explosive team. Sean McVay saying, you know what, they don't go down the field and run 12-play drives. Samaje Perine, 3rd down back, comes in, give it to him, and he's going to get stuck as he crosses the 50-yard line. A'Shawn Robinson, number 94, is there. So a nice gain on 1st down. Then they're stopped here, and it's 4th down and 1.
No question about it. In my mind, the best defensive run stopper on this team, and he has just been tremendous, and he's working against Jonah Williams. Their absolute best offensive lineman.
Offense stays on the field, so the lineup could go for it. Raheem Morris on the left, the defensive coordinator. Taylor is called in the play. Higgins comes in motion. They're going for it on 4th and 1, and that pass is incomplete. Ernest Jones, he was injured. He comes back. Number 50, the rookie out of South Carolina, knocked it down. Rams get it back.
So an early roll of the dice for the Cincinnati Bengals. 4th and 1, they go for it, and the pass is broken up. Let's head out to SoFi Stadium, catch up with Warren and Calais. I mean, Warren, if you've got a quarterback like Joe Burrow, you're going to put it in his hands. But on the first drive of a Super Bowl, what do you think?
Well, they had great field position, so I think it was a good gamble by their coach, but they didn't come up with it. Their defense played well that first series, got off the field really quickly, and they were going to take a shot right there. They feel like their defense is playing pretty good. Why not take a shot there? If you don't make it, your defense will hopefully bail you out.
Players, we've talked a lot already this evening about the offensive weaponry on both sides. You said defense doesn't quite win championships, but both defenses have stepped up early in this game. Let's talk about the Rams stop there. First of all, what this does to a team early in the game.
Yeah, that's big time. This kind of momentum you get from getting a 4th down stop is like a turnover. And like we said in the pregame, turnovers are huge in big games like this.
What about what you saw from the Bengals, Calais, in that first drive?
They also look really good, you know. And I know I said defense only wins championships as much as they used to, but defense still wins championships. This game is won and lost how defense is played. And the Bengals played great. The Rams came out and played great. Well, it's going to be a good, nice defensive game.
What did you think of the actual play call? Did you think it was just a good defensive play that turned that off by the Rams?
Yeah, very good defensive play by the Rams because it was a good play call around on the inside, but the linebacker got a good jump on it, and Joe looked at it to gave him a chance to read it. And knocked the ball away, so good play by the linebacker.
These are the moments, I guess, you're settling in as a player. Do the nerves go away once the game actually starts, or are you still going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, once you start making some plays, it's just going to walk down. And I would say I love the call too. I love that he walk down, show aggression. Just a big play. To get that there, good points. You have control of the ball game, but you don't get it now. Rams got a chance to take control again. But yeah, the numbers are still open. Guys are playing football to play those. It's going to be a good game.
Do you feel like, you're the Bengals now on defense, you have to say, well, okay, we took a game on offense, now we better stand up on defense?
Yeah. So if I was going to throw in there, I'll tell my coach, hey, I got your back. I love the call. We got you.
Nice. Very good, very nice. Pretty good, pretty nice. Pretty good, very nice. Hello, sexy banana.
Rams get fortunate. Gable does not pay off on 4th and 1. Rams at 49. Akers is the running back.
Hey,
So this time the Rams try to come with an inside zone, which is going to cut back, but Logan Wilson said he went that same backdoor path again. He's been keeping them up so far.
The Rams go no huddle. Stafford stepping out. Take off. Stafford slides to his side. Inside the 45, setting up a third down and short.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game, Al, so far. We have both offenses are basically the same offense because they came out of the same family tree. But neither of these defenses are really willing to come out of that soft coverage thus far because they do not want to give up the big plays to some of the best receivers in the game.
Nice.
Fantastic second half.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh, man, no, it's so close.
Jesse Bates has gained 20 for a man who won the Triple Crown. Led the league in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Cooper Cup.
Watch the patience here of Matthew Stafford looking all over before coming back. 4 receivers to that same side, and the Bengals allowed themselves to get outflanked on that one, which really should not have happened. Look at that Cooper Cup run after the catch.
Man, he's the only guy outside of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady who got an MVP vote this year. And you see this. This one, 24-yard line. Henderson takes the ball to the 20-yard line. Started as running back at the beginning of the year. Got hurt. They brought in Sonny Michel. Akers had the Achilles. Now they go back and forth with the 3 running backs.
Yeah, Sean McVay is going to stay with this running game as long as they are playing that quarter shell coverage on the back end. Basically, you come in with extra blockers on one side, and they stayed in coverage. So neither team willing to yield so far. They can allow the passing game to get going down the field.
About 6 runs, 3 passes.
These 2 quarterbacks are going to be severely tested. These are 2 of the best big play offenses in all of football. And so you keep waiting for some fireworks here, right? But the coverage is not going to allow it. They just are not going to let that happen. So it is going to be which quarterback blinks first and takes too big a chance because right now you just have to check it down.
Each team averaged 27 points per game during the regular season.
Touchdown! Let's go! LA Rams, touchdown! They are now 6 points up. Let's go! Oh, let's go. It's Beckham. That was beautiful, beautiful touchdown.
Against Mike Hill, who was tremendous against Tyreek Hill in that game, but watch the throw by Matthew Stafford, the guy who has really had to carry all the pressure of the expectations. What a job by Beckham on the back end. Mike Hill split his hands and still able to hang on to that, which is very difficult to do.
What?
Beckham with the touchdown. Comes to LA, finds new life, and gives the Rams a 7-0 lead.
LA Rams.
So it's time for our annual team who scores first in the Super Bowl statistic. They are 36-19. Odell Beckham now, this is his 12th game with the Rams. He's got 7 touchdown catches. He had 7 in 29 games with the Cleveland Browns. Balled in was some big plays on third down. Cooper Cup first, and then OBJ has begun gathering a head of steam in recent weeks.
Well, they put it in their playmakers'
Come on,
hands.
we need people up.
Cooper Cup catches the pass. on the outside as a safety valve.
Mom,
Breaks it
defense,
back up
defense,
for the
defense.
first down. And then on 3rd and 3, what they did, which is unusual,
Come on, let's
they put
go.
Odell Beckham on the 3 receiver side inside,
Defense that
and he
back.
ran an
Let's go.
outside fade against Mike Hilton. They got it matched up against the Bengals nickel corner. Mike Hilton, who's had a fantastic season, but Odell got behind him. He had a lot of room to work, and Stafford just laid it up. Let Odell Beckham Jr. go do it, kind of like what we thought he could do in a game like this.
Warren, we talked a lot about what Joe Burrow can do on 3rd down, on 4th down, both these big throws on that drive on 3rd down.
Yeah, I like the patience Matt Stafford showed on that drive. First of all, Cooper Kupp was just an outlet.
I can't believe touchdown.
His inside receivers, but he saw him on the outlet and gets 20 yards out of it. And then he finally saw some man coverage and threw the ball on that on the wheel route to Odell Beckham Jr. Great throw, but also a better catch. It was pretty good coverage right there. But Odell came up with the catch. Huge touchdown for the Rams to get this game off to a start.
How much do previous plays stay players' heads? So they're going for on 4th down. How much does that just completely clear? And you can't look back, can you? You haven't got time to look back.
This next play, that play's over and done with. We wouldn't have worried about it no more because the Super Bowl's nothing to fix. You know,
Very good, very nice. Very good,
next play
very
is behind
nice.
you. All that matters is
We
in
won.
front of you. Right now, on Joe Burrow. Right here, we got the ball.
No.
Yo, which one is? Hit the ball 25-yard line. Let's go for 4 points and smash the score.
Yeah, players, they've been there before, these Bengals. That's one thing you can always build on that bank of experience just this season.
Yeah, they have the confidence that no matter what happens, they get down to it, whatever, they don't have the players to come back and win. So, you know, we got a lot of football left. Let's not get too excited.
Yeah, Baldy, Matthew Stafford, 4 of 4, 47 yards and a touchdown. That's the way to start a Super Bowl.
And he also had a scramble in there, too. So, he's seen the field. Things are happening very, very fast right now. The reads, the progressions. Stafford right now is in control. He's finding the open guy. And they got good field position, and they finished it off the 4th down stop by the Rams defense. So real good complimentary football all the way around by the Rams.
All right, Joe Mixon so far, he has 1 completion for 8 yards. So we are going to get you back to SoFi Stadium and see how the Bengals can do on their second drive.
Oh, we're 7-point
touchdown. Yeah, the first time they really got into just a single high man coverage. They wouldn't have sent OBJ down the sideline here without any help at all from Mike Hilton. That had maybe 2
Kelly Stafford, Matthews, Mike, Waters. We know it's Kelly. We stay on the center right on the line. You see what's on the number 9. We got this figured out.
matchup that we all really want
half time.
Think you know your NFL? Call the weekend's action as you see it with 888 Sports free NFL predictor game with a 10K drive. Make 10 correct plays to win £10,000 every week. Download the 888 Sports app and start your drive. Official partner of the NFL, 888 Sports. What's your thinking? Hi friend, looks like you're trying out some new grooves. So let us try something new and exciting from Just Eat 2. McDonald's new McPlant, KFC's vegan burger, Subway's new TLC.
So guys, first half the LA Rams have scored a touchdown. That was a beautiful touchdown, beautiful throw by Beckham. But when I was going to wait, we're in half time in a minute, half time. I'm not half time, I think we're in half time. If we were in half time, there would have been a half time show, wouldn't it? Wait, we're just waiting.
Just like she cinched her motor. Mind the car, don't just lay there and cinch it.
Found a way to make money out of it.
My work computer's been compromised.
It can't be just free.
Financial markets are in chaos right now. Just do something for you.
I won't stop it. Must I stop it? New Super League season is underway. It's time for old friends to be old and old enemies to clash. It's 1-2 big Castleford and Wigan big leads in the Betfred Super League. Live on Sky Sports. The NFL on Sky Sports is sponsored by 888 Sports.
We're back. Second round, guys.
11 years with them, with the 3 Pro Bowls. Comes here, 7 even the Pro Bowl, shining in the Rams.
No.
NFL Man of the Year. Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, the only others to start a Super Bowl in their 40s. Will he retire? There's his family right there. Not certain.
Well, as to that reporting and speculation about whether or not Whitworth will retire after this game, I asked him if this was it. And he said, I feel that way. There's not much more for me to chase. To play my former team in the Super Bowl, this moment is so cool. And I'm so appreciative. We also joked about the fact that he's now the oldest player in the league. And he said, yeah, I get that distinction for another week or so. So maybe you end there, Al.
Unless Brady retires.
You never know. You never know. That just sucks to be a
Here's Ron Corbett for the first time.
Delay game. Offense. Flagrant penalty. Second down.
League season as a ref, 12 years. King, 50 years as a practicing lawyer and litigator. McVay sending in the play.
Yeah, and McVay probably wanted to hold it over there as long as he could before sending that play in. And then Matthew Stafford tried to monitor it, and really his wide receiver was out before the snap of that ball. They just had enough time. up and make a tackle, then that's the way you're going to see the Bengals play from here on out. Pretty much the way that they did against that Chiefs great offense.
Johnny Hekker with the second punt. His first was 40 yards.
Trent Taylor, but Jeff, the Rams already have more points than their Super Bowl 3 years ago.
And they're doing a good job coaching this football game. Raheem Morris, outstanding job so far in the game. 2 series on defense, 2 completely different looks for the Cincinnati Bengals. They played 5 down, 1 linebacker, and they took their 3rd string linebacker, Jones, and got Reader out of the game because he's not athletic enough. He struggled in the playoffs. Then he comes back to the next series.
Guys, getting really, really good. Happily. Ramsey's winning. So, you know.
Matthew Stafford, of course, at the helm, but then it's Cooper Kupp, so OBJ, I mean, they lived up to the star billing. We hyped up the stars delivered for the touchdown.
Right there, a very efficient passing team. Take a look at the way that Cooper Kupp made the catch and avoided defenders, and that will kill you in the playoffs, missed tackles, and then the wheel route. To get OBJ out to the end zone, it's one of those things that you draw up and you don't think it's going to work as smoothly as it did. So, you know, Cincinnati, they've got to get themselves back together.
Yeah, and getting them back together, Baldy, from a Bengals point of view, they needed a stop. Then they had a nice special teams play. That stop on defense, that drive, how important was that? Because the Rams maybe were building up ahead of steam.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. They got a real stop. You know, it started with stopping the run, and they did a good job against Chris Evans, who was a little surprised to be in that game on the first play. But then they keep the safeties back. They're not going to give up the deep shot, so they check it down to Van Jefferson, and
there we go, guys.
They tackle the catch. What they didn't do on the series before, Cooper Kupp, they didn't tackle the catch. It's imperative that they get to these receivers, no matter where the ball's being thrown, and get these guys down on the ground. They're all very dangerous after the catch if you don't tackle well.
Jeff, what do you want to see the Bengals do to get their offense started? Joe Burrow tonight, 3 of 5, 14 yards. Joe Mixon, 1 run, 1 yard. There's a decent size and importance to this drive for the Bengals offense.
Well, I think they've got to build their calls around what's on the field for the Rams. When they see 4 down linemen on the field, run the ball. When they go to that 5 down scheme, now you got to throw the ball, you got to throw it quick. The crossers, the easy routes for him to complete and get out of his team.
All right, well, part of the chess match featuring these two work together. Sean McVay says he hasn't got a coaching tree, they're all colleagues and co-workers. McVay against Taylor, see how Zach Taylor's offense does go.
So now it's Kevin O'Connell, who's the Rams offensive coordinator, against the Minnesota job. That's certain to happen either tomorrow or Tuesday. He's 37.
Come on. Beautiful.
Obviously, gets beaten there and all the way down inside the 5-yard line for a gain of 46.
Well, I have to say, Jamar Chase is one of the great catchers of the football.
Maybe the whole ball was off to
Contested, wrestling, one-handed situations in the Super Bowl. He is one of the best finishers of catches I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. So many times this year, and
that is the best he's won against Jalen Ramsey and Mayfield playing like that.
That man is spotted at the 11. Down again. Second pass he has had deflected. It's Von Miller, another pickup by the Rams in midseason. Comes over from Denver. He's done the job.
Yeah, he really has. And Von Miller.
Someone get up there, someone get up there.
Miller again.
Let's
Odell
go.
Beckham Jr. looks like Odell Beckham Jr. again. But watch Von Miller. He's been around so much. And we're Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl 50. Denver against Carolina.
That's so close. Oh, it's gonna be up.
Mix it out there. Let's come in. Eric Weddle is a story unto himself. 2 years retired, hanging out with his kids in San Diego playing 5-on-5 basketball. Gets the call, the one to come in. He's got the green dot, which means he calls the defensive signal.
Sometimes it's better to know, but look at Eric Weddle there, who's been such a key part of this. Rather sure immediately after that tackle.
So,
So you say exactly what's going on here. Well, Jalen Ramsey, they call it getting touches. And touches mean they're guessing where the Cincinnati Bengals are going to throw the football. And they're going to put Ramsey on whoever they think that is. They anticipated slant. They got it done. Pretty physical on the outside of Ramsey.
I don't expect us to go that way. Guys, you know, I'll end the video here. Just have fun watching the rest of the Super Bowl on your TV. But, you know, see you guys.